Wednesday. I know you were there for a year. Is this like a homecoming for you? Do you still get up for?
I was there for 2 years, actually.
Sorry, 2
Yeah.
years.
No, anytime you go back to a place where you used to work, it's just a different feeling because you spent time there and had a lot of great memories and great experiences there. More importantly, it's a great opportunity for our team to play a really, really good team, an extremely well-coached team. I think Archie Miller's just doing a terrific job with those guys. Very, very deep team. And I know from being there for a couple of years that the crowd, the atmosphere, the arena is second to none.
Is that one of the more difficult places to play in the country?
Yes, it is. It's 13,000 people, very, very knowledgeable fan base. You're talking about a program that, has sustained success for 50, 60 years or longer. And a lot of those fans have been around for a good part of that stretch and have seen great basketball. And again, it's a beautiful arena. When I was there a little over 10 years ago, they put several $1 million, I think $13, $14 million into the arena. They kept the historic parts of it that give it a character, but they really modernized it, and it's a great place.
Have you thought about it at all in the context of this is you guys' first time going back there since Final Four run started? You give that even a little bit of thought?
I'm aware of it, but it's not really, doesn't factor into this game much. That was a neutral site game because we played USC, so it wasn't the same type of atmosphere as what we'll be seeing on Wednesday. But it's certainly a great memory going there and getting off to a good start on our way towards probably the best month I've ever had in coaching.
Coach, how much did your players kind of relish and embrace that away environment? I know we talked a little bit about it last week when you were going to the GW, but how much do you guys get up for and kind of embrace being the enemy?
Well, you have to. There's a lot of different ways you can look at it, but it really has to be a situation where you do embrace the challenge of going on the road and being in a situation where there are thousands of people cheering against you, and the home team has a lot of energy and excitement and that sort of thing. That's winning on the road in college basketball, particularly in league play, is challenging. All you got to do is look at the numbers. But I think the teams that are good at it are teams that really take on the challenge and are excited about it.
Coach, the new guy that really stands out for them is Jordan Seibert, the Ohio State transfer. How has he made that better this year?
He's really good. He's first of all made a lot of shots, and made timely shots too. And then he's explosive. He's got a great first step. Gives them just an added scoring punch. V. Sanford's a really good player for them that started all year last year, and he and Seibert both play a lot, but Seibert obviously has kind of jumped ahead of him in their starting lineup. And again, it's a testament to their depth. They've got really good depth. I think as good or better than anyone in our league. And Seibert, the addition of Seibert is a big part of that.
A lot of the guys have played on the road. With that in mind, and you guys have all played on the road before, how important was, and no one likes to lose obviously, but how important was that loss at GW in terms of applying his learning experience going forward?
Well, I think it's important if you really take to heart the learning opportunities from that game. And that doesn't guarantee you anything moving forward, but I do think you can take an experience that you've had, learn from it, and understand what you have to do better the next time around. On the road, a big part of finding success is just maintaining your poise and staying together as a team. And I think there was times in that game against GW where we lost those things. Not the whole game, but there were stretches there. So we've got to learn from that.
You mentioned, we talked the other day about there were two plays in the game that Terrence Shannon dunk and the Bree steal where he came from behind was being like the two energy plays for you guys. How important are plays like that in any particular game for you guys in terms of, do you need a couple of those plays in the night to get you guys going?
Yeah, you definitely need energy plays. We need a lot of energy plays, not just two. Those were just two that stood out the other day against Duquesne. And the dunk by Terrence was just a rare play. You don't usually see a guy miss a dunk and then a guy follow up that miss in the dunk. And it almost like they were, one guy was following the other guy coming off of a trampoline. So it was just rare. But, yeah, you need energy plays, I think, particularly on the defensive end and with loose balls and on the glass. You need to be able to make plays that you look back at later and you say, hey, that play right there was a turning point in the game, or that play got us an extra possession or two. Because these games come down to, a matter of possessions.
Do you talk about that a great deal on the road in regards to maybe you need a little more energy plays on the road because of, as you mentioned, it's so hard to win on the road?
Well, we talk about bringing our own energy. Very important to bring our own energy. And as a team, I think you have to have more sparks. That's a term that we use for creating energy. And there's a lot of different ways that you can do that. But you just don't have your home crowd to pump you up and to kind of lean on. At the end of the day, it's still 5-on-5. It's still your team against their team, just like it is at home. But the home team is benefiting from the same things that we benefit from when we're at home. So you have to make sure that you create your own energy, and again, you stay together.
The league lost 4 teams, obviously, from last year, but despite that, just the way everything's playing out right now, do you feel that the conference is better this year than it was last year?
Potentially. It's hard to compare year to year. Just somewhat comparing apples to oranges. You're comparing a 16-team to a 16-team league to a 13-team league. I would say, I guess, if you took the average of the 13 teams versus the average of the 16 last year, then yeah, it probably is better. At the end of the day, everybody focuses on the number of teams you get in the NCAA tournament, so that's obviously remains to be seen. But there are a ton of great teams in this league, and I think, right now you see a lot of great matchups and people going up against each other. And it is a long conference season, so there's going to continue to be a lot of great matchups.
Coach, when Terrence has it going, is making plays, it seems like everyone really feeds off of him. It just his play on the court, his personality and temperament on the court kind of really get the emotion going.
Well, I think he makes exciting plays, and when he's playing well, he makes energy plays like we talked about, and momentum plays. So I think teammates appreciate that. Certainly coaches appreciate that. I think our fans appreciate that, and that's why, when he is playing well, it gives us a big lift.
Coach, when you go into a season and you look at your schedule and you look at how many, the places you go to in regards to the conference, how much talk is going into the importance of winning, let's say, at a Dayton, at a LaSalle, at a St. Joe's when we get into January and into February?
Right. Well, we looked at our schedule early on this year, and the biggest difference between this year's schedule and last year's schedule is the road games are harder. and that was in non-conference play. That was the case, and it's the case in conference play. I mean, it just kind of fell that way. And when you play an unbalanced schedule in your league, which you have to if you have 13 teams, there's going to be some years where you just seem to have to go on the road to most of the tough ones, and then there's going to be some years where you get a lot of the tougher teams at home, and I think that's something that probably isn't talked about a lot during the season. At the end of the season, when it starts coming time for people talking about resumes and NCAA tournament, then the media and coaches start talking about it more, which I understand. But yeah, we knew that coming into the year. We knew there was going to be a lot of challenging road games. I don't think you look at any one game coming into the year and you say, well, we have to win that game. But you certainly you have to get good at playing on the road, and you know what's going to go into winning does not change. The game plan may change a little bit, but the stuff that we're talking about, energy, poise, togetherness, momentum plays, that stuff, those are all ingredients to success on the road.
And as a staff, when you guys get to the latter part of January, into February, can you talk about that a great deal in regards to your resume and road games and the importance of winning those road games when it strengthens your resume when you get to tournament time?
Well, the schedule is what it is, so we're just gonna try to win our next game. I mean, that's the biggest thing, and it's so early in the conference season, we're not really focused too much on those things. But the biggest thing for us now is we're 2-1 in the conference, so we want to move up. We want to win our next game, and we want to go the right direction in the standings.